Two ideas that fascinated me about what could have happened instead of Godzilla vs. Mothra in 1992. King Ghidorah would return and be more like his Showa counterpart and not a creation of the Futurians. But unfortunately, this idea was not accepted. The second was Mothra vs. Bagan, a concept that would have her face off against a new monster, ancient demonic beast locked in the Himalayas. It would have been a direct sequel to Godzilla vs. Biollante, taking place 1 year after. Unfortunately, Godzilla vs. Biollante did not reach Toho's expectations financially, and the idea was scrapped and replaced with King Ghidorah for Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah in 1991. Although Bagan did not show up in the Heisei universe or have a film with Mothra, he did make an appearance in the video game Super Godzilla for the Super Nintendo as the final boss. Shusuke Kaneko had approached Toho about directing the film after seeing the teaser at the end of Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. Toho declined, but as fate would have it, he was asked to direct the Gamera Heisei trilogy, which if you have not seen, I highly recommend, for it is one of the best Gamera and best kaiju series of films ever created, even surpassing some of the Heisei films. This is where there is a considerable shift in tone compared to the other Heisei films. The film is lighter compared to Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. It's a lot like the Showa films, with the zany human characters, however they were written better back then. Godzilla remains incapacitated, fathoms below the ocean, until a meteorite wakes him from his slumber. The meteorite disturbs Mothra and is spotted by the Maritomo Company. Indiana Jones ripoff Takuya Fujita and his wife Masako Tezuka are sent to discover a strange object, picked up by the Maritomo Company scanner. When they arrive, they discover the cosmos, two twin fairies also referred to as Shobijin that have a telepathic link with Mothra. A deal is made between the Maritomo Company and the cosmos for guilt for destroying Infant Island and making it uninhabitable. They agree to take Mothra, but those plans are destroyed when Godzilla interferes. Ando feels guilt, and so he feels that he must take the cosmos instead of coming back empty-handed. But Mothra is not the only one that was awakened by the meteor. There is now a new kaiju, Battra, Mothra's doppelganger antagonist, and a welcome addition to the kaiju roster. Mothra wants to protect mankind, as opposed to Battra that wants to destroy it, because Battra feels that humanity has made enough mistakes that they cannot be redeemed. After the two brawl, an accord is met, and they agree to work together to stop Godzilla. Unfortunately, this is the end for Battra, and there is no return. This is Mothra's story, and Godzilla is a side character. Honestly though, that's okay. I felt it would have been better if it was just a film about Mothra. I can tell you this much, it can't get any worse than Rebirth of Mothra. To clarify, I do not hate Rebirth of Mothra. What I do not like about the film are the Kennys, the brother and sister. They are annoying, and that is something that was very prevalent in all of the Rebirth of Mothra films. They all centered around children, and it reminded me of what they did in the 60s with the Gamera films. No more Kenny, please. No more! It's also known that this is where the term beam spamming came from. Constant reliance on beam attacks and very little of hand-to-hand kaiju action. People believe Koichi Kawakita had become too reliant upon it through most of the Heisei series, and I can understand why, because it was used in Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2 a lot. Kazuki Amori did not return to the director's chair, but wrote this screenplay. It's evident this is his work because of the heavy-handed environmental message. Constantly reminding humanity did this, humanity did that. We understand, and it is awful. But if you keep rehashing the same message and change it a little, it takes away the impact. This is why Godzilla vs. Biollante is a masterpiece, because it would show and tell, and it did it in a subtle way. Godzilla vs. Mothra is just tell, and a lot of, did you get all that? No? Well, here it is again in case you didn't. This film is not horrible by any means. Unfortunately, it comes off as a cash grab. And in all honesty, it would have been better as a solo Mothra film. And if they would have taken the time with the story, leaving Godzilla out of the film would have helped it have a focus. The one thing that I do love about this film is Akira Ifukube. His music kept me so engaged with the film, and Mothra's theme. Everything about it, that captured my imagination as a child. Although having many flaws, I still believe it is worth your time for Mothra's story, giving more insight into who she is and her role of the planet. I give it 2.5 stars. For those that have seen this film, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below, and if you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe, and I welcome you to the madness.